Yes, my people, as the hot don't happen. Nigeria Defense Chief, wey dey recall General Christopher Musa, he don talk say concerning all the insecurity wey dey happen for this country, left and right. He don talk say Nigeria must fence its border before Nigeria go come dey safe. Man, not talk too much, so just listen to wetin he talk for this Arise TV interview. As you're watching, please kindly hit like button, share, and drop your thoughts in the comment section.
It's been done because it was not announced. Does not mean it's not taking place.
Have you arrested anybody there?
The police has arrested a number of people,
right?
And actions have been taken. Investigations ongoing with the DSS, the police. It takes a lot. Because we're law-abiding individuals, so we have to be sure of what we're doing. And I think that's a critical aspect. But all the security forces are working together to ensure that this stops. If you look at how did we get to where we are over time, issues have been on ground, small skirmishes have been going on because law and order is not there. Punishment has not been meted on individuals who have committed. A criminal is a criminal. Everyone who commits a crime should be prosecuted. That has not been done. So that is the issue, and this thing has been
but why
the
do you
one
think
in
it's
Benue
not being done?
Well, I think I really don't. Like I said, most of it is.
You don't want to get into
political.
the politics.
I don't want to get into the politics.
Right. I can understand that.
Yes.
But let me put it another way. Yeah. What is your sense of how best we should characterize what's going on in Benue State and the rest of that north central region? Are there still, should we still be calling them farmer-herder clashes, or should we now call it what it is, which is pure terrorism? Because the barbarity with which these crimes are carried out, the fury, it looks like something by Boko Haram or ISWAP.
So let me tell you, I think it's a lot. It's just a potpourri of all of them playing out together. And, criminals have a tendency to want to work together. So you can't rule that out.
But if you don't call it terrorism, I don't mean to interrupt you, then you're not going to get the kind of resources you need to really tackle it. If you keep calling it farmer-herder clashes, it looks like it's kind of community skirmishes. When this appears to be a much bigger thing.
There's a lot. We have the herders in it, we have the kidnappers in it, we have the criminals in it, we have the terrorists, everybody is playing a part in it.
And you're mobilizing for all that.
All that together, because we have to deal with them all at the same time. And the way it is that we have different challenges in different regions. And this is peculiar. Like I said, historically, it's gone back, way back. And it started in the past. If a cow enters a farm and damages a farm, the cow is arrested or caught, compensations are paid, or if they kill an animal suddenly, it's compensated. So over time, that stopped. What stopped it? That's the problem. So we started losing faith with those ones. Instead of these settlements, people started taking laws into their hands. If the cow gets into the farmer gets angry, deals with the cow. If he deals with the cow, the owner of the cow also gets angry and attacks the
So there
the
is
farm.
revenge.
So there is revenge. So these are the issues on ground.
Right.
And so which means, from my own assessment, three things matter. The people in Benue State believe that there's land grabbing going on. They have that perception. And because over time this has happened. Now most of our troops, when we send them on patrol, some of the areas are empty. Nobody is there, but there is no foreigner there. But the idea is that if you go in there, you might be attacked. One thing. Secondly, the issue of the animals. The animals stray into farms. Now, because if you know Benue, it is lush and it's very attractive to animals. If an animal gets into a farm, there's always a problem. It creates problems. Now, if you arrest the animal or you kill the animal, it becomes another issue.
Right.
So if we stop the animals from moving, there won't be issue. If we stop killing the animals, there won't be issue. So for me, these two things are basic. The issue of land grabbing is political. The government, state government particularly, need to really step in to ensure that we address and bring all the parties together.
Right.
Sit down and agree on this. And from henceforth, any acts that is conducted is acts of criminality. We can start dealing with that from then. And I think we'll have peace if we're able to do that.
Well, one of the things that the president suggested while he was there was the issue of ranching.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would support?
I will go with that. I will go with ranching. And I tell you, the defense headquarters has just established its defense ranch because we want to show example as part of our non-kinetic effort. Sometimes we show examples. So we do a model of a ranch. I had the opportunity of being the first executive director for Nigerian Army Farms when I established, and we established a ranch. It's in Abuja. Once you ranch, animals are properly fed, properly taken care of, you get more value. You don't need to take them around. So that is critical. And so our example is, we think it is important that we get some farmland, federal government or through the livestock, we work together in partnership, we build model ramps so that people can see what the ranch looks like and the importance. And then secondly, you could also give opportunity for people to come and invest and build pastures, grassland, so to say, because the animals need this grass. So if you provide that and you deny, you stop them from moving around to enter into farms, this conflict will stop. And then gradually confidence, because as it is now, confidence has been lost. Both parties don't see eye to eye. And that's why it's critical that we must make them communicate. We must make them understand.
And what is the decision on the ranching thing?
Yeah. I think the Mr.
Is
President has
going ahead now?
No, it's going ahead. Mr.
Because
President mentioned,
they started it. I mean, the former governor started it.
No, but now we have the Minister of Livestock.
Right.
And the Mr. President called him there and gave him a directive. He wants it established.
Okay.
So we're also going to partner with him directly to ensure that it's done.
Right. Well, that's a good start.
Yeah.
But of course, your problems go beyond Benue State, don't they? I mean, according to the latest figures released by the security and intelligence firm Beacon Consulting, which you probably heard of, about 1,098 people have been killed in Benue State since President Tinubu came to office 2 years ago. That is a staggering number of people. In any other country, I mean, if one person in the UK is killed, the entire security apparatus is called up.
Yeah.
1,800 people, 1,098 people, have been killed in Benue State since President Tinubu came to office 2 years ago. But even Borno State is even worse. It has seen 3,800 people killed in 2 years, followed by Katsina, Zamfara, and Benue State even comes fifth.
Yeah.
And across the 36 states, 17,000 people have been killed. Are you horrified, as I am, by those incredibly high figures?
For any death, even if there's just one person, even if it's just one life that is lost,
But
it's something
how
not to
is
feel
it,
about.
General, that so many people can die in the space of 2 years?
Well, like I said, once you have issues with law and order, people take to impunity. It is the impunity we're dealing with. People have no regard for life. Maybe in the past, during the past regimes, efforts were being made to make sure that we talk. But over time, I think we lost that. And so, one basic thing, the family values have gone. We all can attest to that. And you can see that people now have no value for life. If there's an accident and something happens, instead of individuals to actually deal with the person, the patient, you see them removing phones, and people have no value for life. So killing now makes it look as if it's just a common thing now. So those are this. And then because the Sahel, I always mention that because the Sahel is open, we have a bunch of lunatics, so to say, that have no regard for anybody. And these are the guys that have come and have inculcated these individuals that are doing this killing. So to them, if you are not with them, you are better dead.
And the problem for you that I see, because a lot of people see quite a lot of sincerity on your part. I mean, the problem for you is that you're the army, you're not the police.
Yeah. And that's all other issues that need to come in. Like I said, for a country to really thrive very well, we have countries that don't even have the military, and yet they're thriving. But you cannot have a country without the police, because they prevent and detect crime. So efforts are being made now to see how we can reposition police. I was at the IGP and we had this discussion, even with Mr. President and the NSC. There's a need to look at how we increase the size of the police, but training. Why the military is still standing strong is our level of training is consistent. We are not many, but yet we train consistent. I told you, I was at the NDA, I joined the NDA in 1986. I have been writing exams until I became a major general. For every position I got to, I wrote an exam for it. So you are trained and you are prepared for the future. And that's very, very critical.
So refresh your
courses. You go different courses. You go, even our junior officers and our soldiers, before you get promoted, you must have done certain number of courses. So this keeps you abreast. And that's what I think we should also transfer to the police, so
Yeah.
that we have very, very determined professional people that will actually do this.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot, yes, definitely.
And the word professionalism is key,
is
isn't
It's
it?
critical.
And there was a call, I mean, we saw you on television just a minute ago, the clip we used there, a call by you for Nigeria's borders to be completely fenced.
Yes, I reason because, having gone through my analysis and looking at the Sahel, the main attraction to all these terrorists and bandits is Nigeria, because this perception Nigeria is a rich country.
And that that there's no law to prevent them from getting in.
And the borders are porous. So now the easiest way is, and that's why it's important, if you follow the news and see the kind of killings going on in Niger, Chad, and in Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali, so much. If this continues like this in the next 1 year, there will be issues. And of recent, there were attacks from Burkina Faso in Benin Republic. It's just 50 kilometers to Nigeria. That is another area. So for me, I think, and like I mentioned, all around us, we have francophone countries. Our ideologies are not the same. For us to be secured, it is important. Let us fence our borders. Some people say, look, it's expensive. But I say, what is money if you are dead?
Indeed.
It's of no use. So countries that have sat down and have analyzed and seen that, look, strategic